Well, I'm going to give him a clean slate because I think he's been put up to this. I'll give him a clean slate now, but that's one thing I had issues with, his insincerity.
The house, right now, if you're going to ask everyone, half the people will go, good on him, I would have done the same thing. The other half of people that will say, oh, he's hurt my feelings, I don't like the way he's done it.
Yeah.
And Australia will love you.
It's all out now that you're not this person that has been plotting and doing their head and everything.
I was told, you know, if I was ever to discuss the fact I was the insider, I would be automatically in. And now, hey, maybe that's not such a bad thing. Maybe it's not such a bad thing for me to be automatically in. Maybe I'll eliminate myself.
Well done, dude. I think you did well at it. But look, mate, the other thing you've got is a public right behind you. That's how we love you.
Now, did you seriously think about leaving the house?
No.
Because you were talking about it, and maybe I should eliminate myself. Would you really have walked? It seemed like a huge mountain. Everybody disliked you that night.
Yeah, it was definitely something that I was actually really upset about, because I saw that these are the people that you consume by 24 hours a day, and to see them actually get upset, I was really upset to see that the impact that it had, because I went out of my way to try and avoid that situation. So, you know, I was very upset at the day, and the emotions changed, and it's dramatic to see how much you actually get impacted by these people that you live with. So,
do you think it's partly too because the people who are inside the house, some of them are very self-consumed? Because it was interesting the way your sad story became an issue for all the other people in the house. You know, David was devastated by it.
Yep.
Anna got over it, but she saw a story about her dad and then wondered if Crystal had seen a story about her dad. Could you ever have imagined that response?
No, I didn't anticipate that at all, and I specifically tried to come up with a story to avoid that, such a scenario actually happening. I didn't foresee that taking place because, you know, Anna had never told me anything about that. Crystal had already lied about her father. I didn't know anything about that. So how was I to know?
So that's just like, oh, oops. I was going to say a worse word, but oops would probably do the trick.
It was a mistake, and that's why, you know, I started thinking maybe it is possible that I should go because I've hurt these people. So. And
did you start to think, wait a minute, I've got this completely wrong. What I thought would be the game in this house is not the way it actually is?
No, because then I actually started realising, I kind of went, you know what, if that's the case, stuff them, because I thought it was kind of funny. So I thought the story that I came up with...
why did you get angry with them? I mean, I
got angry at myself.
Why? Because you misjudged it?
Yeah, because then I felt that I had actually hurt people that I didn't want to hurt. So I got angry with myself, and then I didn't think I was given time to actually reveal everything to them and sit down and discuss them, because next thing you know, intruders come in.
Yeah, three intruders the same night.
Yeah, it took the emphasis off, and so I couldn't sit down and actually say, look, here's what I did, and I slowly, one by one, got people off to the side and was able to explain it to them.
But you know, outside the house, people were really on your side, feeling like, oh, it had been too tough for him, was it fair that Michael had to be the insider? And so there was a whole groundswell of support for you. So it's really interesting to see, I'm sure there still will be, but it's interesting to see what happened after...
So basically I stuffed myself.
Well, I wouldn't use that phraseology, but what I think we'll do is discuss it right after this break. Did Michael stuff himself, so to speak?
This week's winner in the LG caption competition is Adam Butchich from Wollongong. Hope you're watching this, Anna. For your chance to win a 42-inch plasma from our friends at LG, head to the Big Brother website for this week's pick and get your thinking tiaras on.
Now, Michael, I've got more to talk to you about, but there are two things I have to tell you. All of the questions that you were asked in the Big Brother house yesterday, were you guys aware, well, I think you were not, that they were actually being read by a live risk detector? So...
Yeah, I actually anticipated that and specifically tried to throw my body language off, so no idea. But I didn't guess that.
How did you anticipate that?
I just figured that the questions were actually being thrown all over the place, and from what I've read, it's a similar pattern to what they usually do. But I did think it was Big Brother, but I thought it would have been orchestrated by somebody else.
And how did you try and throw it?
By body language and eyesight. So.
But it's a different sort of test. And you came up as one of the biggest liars in the test. So it either really confused it or...
I was actually pretty honest in it, though.
Not according to that machine, you weren't. Now, the other thing I want to tell you is, do you know who the new insider is in the house?
Is it David?
No.
No
Guess
idea.
again. Anyone? What makes you think it was David?
I don't know. He was quite erratic. I don't know.
He's
Could be
very-
Galen.
It's Jade.
Jade.
Why are you laughing about Jade? You didn't spot her as the insider. I think she's doing very well. She's actually getting a new challenge. Why are you laughing as though you know everything? You thought you knew everything about the lie detector test. And you
I don't know
wrong.
anything. I'm
No,
clueless.
clearly you know nothing.
Yes,
Now,
you're
one
right.
thing that we've talked about this, and you were referring to it, and I quote, as you stuffed yourself, which I'm not sure is a very pleasant thing to do, but anyway, because you decided, once you were no longer an insider, that you would still behave like the insider. Now, I think your thought process is really fascinating, because really you took a gamble, didn't you? That if you were going to be up for nomination, let's see the other sides of the other housemates by pushing them to the
It wasn't
edge.
necessarily just see their other sides. It was actually trying to make other people go through what I went through and start talking about the game and start pointing fingers, and so that it would stir up other emotions in people and they would vote for other people, because I knew there was no way I was going to get out of people voting for me.
But aren't there other ways of bringing out people's characters than taking their toothbrushes?
Yes, but I anticipated that it was more than likely that I was going to go this Sunday, and so I'd try and mix things up as much as I could before I left.
But you seem to take a lot of things. What was your motivation in that, rather than confronting someone and
What do you
saying,
mean, take a lot
you
of
know,
things?
you're boring as bat's poop. Why are you like that?
Because you have to live with these people. So, and I was already seen as the person who was confrontational and always had one-on-one conversations, was in their face, so I was trying to avoid that and sit back a little bit.
But if you're living in those confines and every single thing in your life is shared, the toilets, the beds, the food, the living space,
Yep.
and the only thing that is yours in that entire house is your toothbrush, then the result is actually quite predictable, isn't it? People will get upset.
Yeah, but I didn't anticipate that. I don't know if you saw what happened last night, to see how much drama it would actually create by taking a bunch of toothbrushes. So.
I think it's because that was the only thing they owned, and also it was on top of the test, the lie
But
risk detector.
that's what I wanted. So that's what I wanted to accomplish, was for other people to start looking at other people, and that started to happen.
And what's
So-
it like living in a house where everybody is so suspicious of each other now?
For me, I didn't mind it. So I found it quite enjoyable.
Well, you know, with this, there's only one thing that I found a bit odd. Let's have a look. This is when you took on the role of the insider. Let's have a look over here.
I don't think I did anything that bad. I don't think I did anything wrong. And personally, they're acting like bitches and they're overreacting. If they want to play a game, I can play games. I think everyone in here is too cuddly and lovey-dovey. They want to get pissed off with me, I'll show them what the real insider will do. I'll take on a new role. Like, I'll be the insider, but I'll play it my way. So, see what happens. Thank you. I feel that I'm one of the few people that actually challenge you, Big Brother.
Big Brother is awarding you 1 nomination point.
It's fine. Put me up for 4
Return to the
nomination
lounge.
points. It doesn't bother me. I'm already going to be up for nomination. But that's a valid reason by you saying that's not fair.
That is all.
I kind of feel to a certain extent that I'm a high school student hanging out with a bunch of elementary students, elementary school kids, and they're extremely scared and intimidated of their school principal.
Where's all the toothbrushes?
I don't know, someone's stolen mine too.
They've all gone. Whose idea was that?
I swear on my mother's life, I swear on my life, I had nothing to do, did not take the toothbrushes. Ruben! Two.
Like, I just still don't trust Mikey, I'm sorry.
No, he's wrong. Is there a possibility that he's pissed off, that he's been put up for nomination, and he's just having a little bit of a piss take on the
bitch
rest
fit?
of it? Yeah.
You know what? At his age and his level of maturity and whatever he does, get over it. Get over it and be a man.
Keep doing what you're doing. Want to mess with me? Keep going. I've only got 6 days. So
Is there anything else?
let the last 6 days come to an end.
Now, how can you swear on your mother's life?
Because I promised my mother I'd do anything to try and get to the end before I came in the
So
house.
your mother's sitting at home going, that's my boy.
I don't think my mother had a problem with it at all.
Really?
Absolutely
Well,
not.
you know, but you know that David wouldn't swear on his mum's life, and now everyone thinks he's
But
the
this is a
insider.
game. But this is a game, and in this game, you do things you wouldn't usually do. It's like when you walk onto a rugby field, you know, you expect to get hit by a tough tackle. So, you know,
But-
you do things in this game you wouldn't usually do in everyday life. And if it was in everyday life, that wouldn't happen. But in the confines of this, as a game, I would do whatever it takes.
So you see it really as a game of cheating and lying and manipulating others. I have always seen it as a game of your true personality rather than...
None of anything that happened in there was my true personality. That was pretty much everything I did was specifically to try and get myself